for May, and I want to thank the historic Northside District Garden Club for the lunch today. It was delicious, and we appreciate them very much. I want to remind you to silence your phone because we all know what happens when you don't. And I'm going to give you a brief look at some upcoming events before our program starts. Some of you may know that Dennis Clayton, the sports editor for the New Albany Gazette, is retiring, and there'll be a retirement reception for him here Tuesday evening, May 26th, from 4 to 6. Give him some well wishes for his retirement. And that's also the same evening that we have Rhonda Grammer's watercolor class on Tuesday evening. And just guess what she's going to be teaching how to paint. Did you see that?
A possum.
How to paint a possum. It's kind of cute, y'all. The Parkapalooza is happening on May 30th at the B&A tennis courts and soccer fields. This is a fundraiser for the Park Along River Project. The museum will be there. We'll have a couple of speakers along with the Gumtree Woodworkers Club. Kids can build a birdhouse with these fellows. They're so great. They have it all cut out. The kids get to take home a really nice birdhouse. The museum is underwriting the first 20 kids who come, and after that it's $5 a birdhouse. That begins at 10 o'clock on Saturday the 30th. And the speakers are Andrea Walker, who is doing beginning birding, and Professor Esmail Amiri from MSU talking about beginning beekeeping. And there'll be vendors and live music and other things there too. And one more event I hope you'll put on your calendar. The 35th annual meeting and luncheon of the Union County Historical Society will be Friday, June the 5th, 11:30 to 1 at the First Methodist Church. Filmmaker, author, podcaster, and a lot of other things, Willie Bearden is the guest speaker. His topic is creativity and preservation. Now, you may have heard Willie speak before, and if you have, you know what an interesting and creative person he is, what a great storyteller. He has created documentaries from the blues to the origins of cotton, to cemeteries, to Memphis garage bands. He can tell a lot of good stories, and you'll have a sneak peek at something he's doing locally. The luncheon is free to members of the society. Y'all, there still is a free lunch. Guests will have to pay $20. And everybody must RSVP by Tuesday, June the 2nd. So let us know, please come. And that's it for announcements. So I know y'all like me, you probably see Tai Chi passing through on your Facebook and you think, I want to know more about that. That looks like something I could do with my creaky self. Well, today we're in for a treat with Dr. Morris Alexander. Is talking about the practice of Tai Chi. He's a longtime practitioner as well as a teacher. I had read an article that y'all may too have read in Mud and Magnolias recently about he and his wife Alice, who is also a certified teacher, about these purposeful movements that relate to how we heal. Maybe. So he graciously said he would come and speak. So please welcome Dr. Morris Alexander.
Well, thank y'all for being here. I'm impressed with the amount of artwork. Must be a very creative community. It's a really good thing. Creativity is part of wholeness, and I think the freer and more fully we're alive, the more creative we are. And Tai Chi Chuan is one of the ways that we can develop more wholeness in our life. And I'll get on to that. Can y'all hear me okay? No, nobody can ever hear me.
Speak right
See if I can turn
into
it
it.
up a little bit.
What's there was a day?
That's as high as it'll go.
Okay.
You may have to get closer to it.
Let's see. Where's the sound man?
That would be me, but not a good one.
No, you're just a different height than I am. So, okay, Tai Chi Cha. We'll talk a little bit, going to delve into the background and then have some demonstration. I want you to have a sense of what this is. So, the history, I'll try not to bore you. The first mention of the term Tai Chi was in 2842 BC. This was the term Tai Chi that meant supreme ultimate, and it did not refer to the practice of Tai Chi. It was just the term. It's hard to translate a lot of these terms from Chinese. The supreme ultimate also can mean the universe and kind of the great inclusive everything. But the first real mention of practice, again, is not clear. Some sources say the 12th to the 15th century AD. Can you hear me now okay? Okay. And some say the 16th and 17th century. Some say it came from somebody. And for all of you Chinese folks here, please forgive my pronunciation. Zin Sang Fing, or maybe Qin Wang Ting. And we don't really know kind of when the practice began, but there are apocryphal stories. There's this kind of romantic lore. It's not established that the beginner person who began it did so after observing a fight between a snake and a crane. Sounds really creepy to me. But with each successive dynasty through those times, different forms of Tai Chi emerged. And they were all, like the snake and the crane, in combat. This is derived from martial arts. Has anybody taken karate in here? Me either. Anybody want to? Me neither. So, but the most prevalent version, as I understand it, is one called Tai Chi Chuan. And again, I may not be pronouncing that correctly. It's Chuan. And that translates supreme ultimate fist. So again, the combat derivation history, that lineage is there. Now, we don't practice any of these martial arts derivatives. We practice Tai Chi Cha. It's pronounced Cha, but it's spelled C-H-I-H. Now, this is a latecomer to the Tai Chi world. It was developed in 1974 by an American, Justin Stone. He was born in Ohio, raised, I think, Arizona, settled in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But along the way, he spent years in China and India learning Tai Chi, became a Tai Chi Chuan master, and taught it, and became disenchanted with it. Tai Chi Chuan has over 100 moves, each one performed one time. He had a lot of students drop out because it's hard to learn. It takes a long time to learn. And so he came up with Tai Chi Cha, which means knowledge of the supreme ultimate, whatever that means. And it consists of 19 moves. Each one is repeated, usually 9 times or a multiple of 9. So it's much easier to learn, and people could pick it up more quickly. It's not combat related, and each of the 19 moves relates to healing, not fighting. So that's the history of Tai Chi Cha. And let's see. The core principles involved are softness, continuity, and circularity. Softness, being relaxed, gentle, okay? So it's not an exercise. It's not even like yoga where you're going to be stretching or pushing the limits or even reaching your limits. It's gentle. So some of the terms that have been attributed to Tai Chi Chuan, I'll just list some of them. Balanced, peaceful, graceful, serenity in the midst of activity, flowing, relaxed, gentle, soft, joy through movement. It's also called a moving meditation. Okay, so why has Tai Chi in its various forms existed for so long? Well, people are obviously getting something out of it. So some of the benefits, I'm going to talk about it from three sources. One, the internet, and you know if it's on the internet, it's true. And another, personal testimonials from people I know, and the last is from scientific research. So on the internet, look it up, some of the things it says, these are things that are increased or improved by Tai Chi Chuan. Mental clarity, peace, joy, emotional stability, well-being, sleep, muscle strength, coordination, joint stability, energy, stamina, flexibility, immune functioning, posture, circulation, spiritual balance, harmony. Some of the things that lessen or decrease risk of falls is decreased by up to 50% in seniors. Blood pressure, and it's said to improve blood pressure more than aerobic exercise. Pain from osteoarthritis and fibromyalgia. And I read through all this stuff and I started thinking, this sounds like snake oil to me. Hard to believe it's, doing all this stuff. When we went to our training, and Alice and I, along with Stephen Thompson and some of the others, Ron Richardson, who you've known, are accredited teachers, which means we've gone through training and learned this particular procedure. While we were at the training, we were with other practitioners who wanted to become teachers, and we heard some fascinating stories about personal benefits from people who have been participating in the practice. So some of those that I heard personally, we had people talk about weight loss. One person talked about no longer experiencing vertigo, had been plagued with vertigo, couldn't spin around without falling down, getting badly dizzy, and they had that taken away. When he talks about it, he does a little spin, demonstrates it. He also had bad arthritis in his feet and had to wear corrective shoes and all this, and the practice eventually eliminated his need for those shoes, which he only discovered when he lost them. Didn't have them for a time, but found that he did not need them. Another person had help with dealing with their Parkinson's disease. Another person, after 3 years of practicing Tai Chi Chuan, got off his blood pressure medication. And eventually quit practicing Tai Chi Chuan and eventually got back on blood pressure medication. And eventually started practicing again and got back off again. So he had an ABAB test, if you know about research. Another man, he was in his 80s, broke his leg, and he healed surprisingly rapidly, and his doctor told him he healed as quickly as a 26-year-old. It's supposed to increase your bone density. This same man had PTSD, combat related PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And he said that the practice of Tai Chi Chuan helped him with that more than his treatment at the VA. So that meant a lot to me as a psychologist who's tried to treat PTSD, which is difficult. So another person had a stroke, pretty much lost the use of her left side. Of course, she had all the physical therapy and all that stuff, and then when that quit, she kept doing the practices. But you couldn't really tell she had ever had the stroke, and she feels like the Tai Chi Chuan really helped her to more fully recover and regain the use of her left side. What a gift. What a gift to have the use of your body. Okay, those are personal testimonials from people I personally have heard those from. How about science? Now, one thing about Tai Chi Chuan is there's an established set of established practice, which is why people get accredited to teach, because they teach this one particular method of doing Tai Chi. Well, one of the benefits of it being standardized like that is it's replicable. You can do scientific studies on it, and there have been a number of studies. If your dinner's not putting you to sleep yet, I'll just read over some of these. Okay, from the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry. Decreased inflammatory markers associated with inflammation-related morbidity. Another study in that same journal, substantial benefits for depression, physical functioning, cognition, quality of life, and resilience. From biological psychiatry, cognitive and behavioral therapy, and Tai Chi Chuan reverse cellular and genomic markers of inflammation in late life insomnia, a randomized controlled trial. From the Journal of Clinical Oncology, Tai Chi Chuan compared with cognitive behavioral therapy for the treatment of insomnia in survivors of breast cancer, found benefits in insomnia, fatigue, and depression that were as robust as the gold standard treatment for insomnia. From the Journals of Gerontology, Series A, Biological Sciences and Medical Sciences, shingle immunity is greatly strengthened by regular Tai Chi Chuan practice. Up to 50% increase in the immune system's memory T cells, which are responsible for attacking the virus that causes shingles. And from the University of Oklahoma and University of North Carolina, studied middle-aged women in 5 domains: upper body strength, upper body flexibility, lower body strength, balance, coordination, and endurance, finding improvement in all 5 domains from a low of 19% positive change in endurance to 32% positive change in lower body strength. So, we have various sources telling us, as my grandfather, who I never knew, but was purported to say, it'll do you good and help you too. All right. Now, as they say, you can't satisfy the hunger by reading the menu. All right? So, stand up. We're packed in pretty tight, so just do the best you can with this. There are basically 4 types of movements in the practice. There's a forward and back movement. There's side-to-side movements. There are up and down movements. And I'm chewing because this last one is not a movement. Stillness. So those are 4 things that will be practiced. Now, I want you to imagine that your feet has 4 corners. 4 corners. 2 under the balls of your feet, 2 at your heels. Okay? 4 corners. Now I want you to pay attention to your feet and feel where the weight is. Is it mainly in the front? Is it mainly on the side ones? Is it mainly in the back? Is it equal in both feet? So take a moment and just listen to your feet. Let them tell you where the weight is distributed. Because a lot of this practice is is about managing your weight, finding balance, becoming centered. Balanced and centered. Balanced and centered. So, now, what I want you to do is I want you to ease forward a little bit and feel the effect, almost, some people say corners of your feet. You feel it under the balls of your feet, right? Now go back until it's under the heels, mostly. Okay? Go to the right. Feel it mostly in that right foot. Go to the left. Okay. Now I want you to do this. Just from your upper body, lean forward. What happens to the weight? Probably it moves to the front corners, right? Okay. So in Tai Chi Chuan, we want your upper body to remain vertical, remain erect. I want you to pretend, imagine that you're being suspended from above. It's like you're hanging, okay? Now, with that vertical posture, I want you to keep vertical in your upper body and just ease forward. Stay vertical until you feel it in the front of your foot. Okay? Now, how far do you have to go? Like an inch? Not far, right? Now, if you're brave, go back, don't fall down. You don't have to go very far at all, do you? Quarter inch, half inch, something like that. But stay vertical. Keep that weight, keep that upper body centered. Okay? Okay? All right. Now I want you to do this. And you may not be able to while you're sitting. I want you to just take a step forward. Just one. Now, step back to where you were. Now this time when you do it, I want you to pay attention to your upper body. You don't have to try and force it to do anything. Just take a step forward naturally. Okay, now step back. Okay. All right. Now I want you to do this. I want you to reach forward. And I want you to reach way forward. What happens to your upper body? You start leaning forward, don't you? Okay. See, we're going to do some movements that will reach, but not so much that you're stretching or reaching over, not so much that your upper body begins to bend or lean forward. You know, we're going to keep the body erect, vertical, suspended from above. You know, so that's kind of one of the helpful principles, helpful practices. All right. Every move in Tai Chi Chuan starts and ends with what's called the resting position, also called grounded, resting position. My lovely assistant Alice, will demonstrate. You have your feet your heels together, slight V, knees softened so that it sinks you down just a little bit. Posture erect, hands a little bit to the side, a little bit in front, palms to the floor. Now, position your upper body, play with it, until all four corners of your feet and both feet are equal. Just kind of move around slightly. Listen to your feet. Let them tell you when you're centered and balanced. Okay? That's what you're looking for. That's what you want to become familiar with. Okay? Now let's do an actual move. All right. Now, I want you to step to your left about shoulder width. Your hands are toward the floor, palms are toward the floor. You're going to Soften your knees in further, sinking down, bringing your hands back till your elbows are behind your body. And this will rock you back. Keep it vertical. We'll rock back onto mainly the heels. Okay. Now turn the palms forward, sink again, and rise up on the balls of your feet just slightly. Heels are off the floor a little bit. Sinking, going back, rising, and don't stretch, don't push the limits. Just a comfortable, natural amount. When I do it, I move away from the microphone. It makes it hard. So, you sink, back, lift the toes slightly, just enough to get a credit card under. Up on the balls of your feet. Again, the heels come up just enough for a credit card. And so you're actually doing kind of like a little U, you know? So, okay. This is the first move. It's called rocking motion. You soften the knees, sinking down, hands go back, your elbows go behind your body, not stretching, not reaching, sinking down, coming forward, rising up, sinking down, rocking back, moving forward, and then we're going to come back to the resting position, bringing your left foot back to your right foot. Okay. How was that? All right. Well, that was too easy. They're all easy. Let's see. The next one I want you to do is an actual forward and backward movement. That was an up and down movement. And remember, keep your back straight as you go up and down. You can keep your back straight as you go forward and back. This one is called bass drum, but let's get the step down first. So what you're going to do, if my lovely assistant again would, I don't know if y'all can see her, I'm going to try to describe it. Probably most people can't really see what's happening with your feet there. What you're going to do is you're going to step forward with your left foot. Now the way to do that, there's a way to do it. The way to do that, remember we're in this little V, we're in the resting position, and you're going to kind of sink down, shifting your weight fully onto your right foot. Your relaxed waist will twist to the right just a little bit. You'll be fully, all your weight in your right foot. That means you can lift your left foot and you're on your right foot and put your left foot forward, heel down first. Don't step too far. Okay, that's it right there. Let's do that again. Come back to the resting position. Okay, now spiral down, soften those knees. Left foot forward, heel down first. Now move forward, body straight till you're over that left foot. Now move back till you're back over your right foot. You're going to move in a slightly diagonal line, you know. Is that clear? Nobody is saying no. Don't catch me doing wrong. That's one of the things about learning this practice is we don't ever say you're doing it wrong. We don't really correct you. It's just there are continuing refinements to get closer and closer to doing it in a way that's really balanced, really centered, where your weight is managed. And I don't know anyone, including those who have taught me and approved our accreditation, who's not continuing to work on refining and getting it better and better. So when you step forward, you're going diagonally out to to the left. Vertical body suspended from above. And then you're going to ease back to the right, both knees bent. And when you're fully back, your left leg's going to be straight. And when you're fully out over that foot, your back leg is going to be straight. Okay? And then when you're in transition, both are going to be bent. It's like sliding on a piano bench. You're keeping level. So you go back and forth. Okay, let's go back to the resting position. Now let's do it with the other foot. Just kind of sink down, move that weight into your left foot. Step forward with your right foot, heel down first. Go forward over that right foot. Go back on the left foot. Suspend it from above. A little bit of a diagonal. We're going forward, but going over that other foot. So it's a little bit of a diagonal. Can y'all hear me okay? All right. All right, that's the forward and back movement, okay? And that will be in a bunch of the moves. We won't go through them all. We're just going to do a demonstration of some. But we've done an up and down, and now we're doing back and forward. Now, the actual move, that's the lower body part of the move. There are head movements involved as well. Softness, continuity, circularity. Okay? So, relax your hands. Relax your wrists. Do this. Now keep in that position, bring your hands forward, okay? That's about the amount of cupping of your hands. You don't want it so tight like this, or straight rigid like paddles. You know, just relaxed, okay? So, this microphone, man, I can't do these moves. Okay. So, starting position, resting position. Sink down into your right foot. Getting ready to step forward. Bring your hands up in front of your chest, facing each other, about chest high, about a foot apart. Okay? Step forward, heel down first. Now, as you go forward onto the left foot, your hand's going to drop down. Relax your wrist. Your fingers will drop toward the floor. You're going to trace a bass drum, like the big marching band, you know, in the schools. You're going to trace the rim of that big drum around, and as you go up, your fingers will go up. As you go down, you just relax them and let them fall down toward the floor, and they just rise up toward the ceiling as you trace that drum. Okay? And we go down as we go forward, and we go up as we go back, tracing the drum. Forward, down, back, up and back. The hands should be facing each other the whole time, all the way around, because you've got that drum, and just touching the rim all the way around. It's kind of harder in a big group like this, the way we arrange, but just give you the idea. So, okay. All right, back to resting position. Well, that's just a forward and back, just round and round. Softness, continuity, circularity. Let's do it one more time. All right. Let's do it on the right side this time. Sink into your left foot, right
And as you go down, as you go forward, and bring them up and around as you come back. Okay, all right, okay. That's bass drum. I like bass drum. All right, let's do how's our time? We're doing fine. Let's do a side-to-side movement. This one is called Carry the Ball to the Side. Excuse me. So, to take the side step, we start the same way as we do for the forward step, but instead of stepping out in front of us, we step to the side. You'll sink down, put all your weight in one foot, and take that step, heel down first, to the side. Just a comfortable distance. Usually about shoulder width, okay? And we're gonna, remember those relaxed hands? We're gonna bring them up more or less around our right shoulder. Don't reach out too far. Now, this time, you're gonna slide to your left, slide on that piano bed, stay stable. You're gonna bring your hands down and around. We're going to make a circular motion like this. Okay. And as we go down, we'll go to the left. We'll slide our whole body to the left. And as we go up and over, we'll bring our whole body back to the right. Putting that weight over the right foot, weight over the left foot. Keeping our upper body suspended as if from above. See, there's nothing particularly hard about this. It just takes getting on to, you know? But there's nothing real complicated. But it takes getting on to, you know? Suddenly you find there's a lot going on, and I'm confused. That's okay. That's okay. That's how it is.
And you're not picking your heel up at all.
No.
You're just rocking.
Thank you. Good question.
Are your knees soft? Or-
Yes.
Okay.
The knees are soft. You do not pick your heels up, your feet up, on the side to side. Now, the front to back, you know, when you're forward, the heel comes up just a little. When you go back, the toes come up just a little. You know, but side to side, your feet are on the ground. And your knees are soft. So, all right. Let's carry the ball to the side together, all right? Let's go resting position. Okay. Sink right, weight in your right foot. Pick up the ball at your right shoulder. Step left. Now glide left as your arms go down and around. Glide right as your arms go up and around. Try not to lean forward or to the side. Suspended from above. Now you'll find this is harder to do if you step too far. So adjust it if you. And if you do the practice, you'll do a lot of little adjustments like that to find what works for you. Everybody's body is different. So you're going to work with your body where it is right now, you know, and find what works. the target, if you follow those instructions as your goal, it will start correcting little things, little accumulations of unhealth that have accumulated over years of practice, okay? And because Tai Chi Chuan, whatever you do on the left side, we do it again on the right side. That'll start evening you out. So good we did it. So let's go back to resting position. Now spiral down, weight on your left foot. We're going to pick up the ball at our left shoulder. We're just going to do the same thing, opposite side. Step right. And your hands go down and around as your body glides over that right foot. And up to the left as it goes over the left foot. And you don't have to reach too high or too low. We're not going to stretch or push limits. It's not an exercise. It's a coordinated movement where we're finding our balance even in movement. Where we're staying centered even while moving. Takes practice. Starts out pretty awkward. Gets better. Okay. All right. Let's go back to resting position. All right. So those are the basic moves. We've had stillness. We've had one up and down. There are some others. We've had a forward and back and a side to side. So give yourselves a hand. So you can have a seat.
How many moves do you say there are?
19.
19 moves.
And once you learn, the question was how many moves are there? There's 19 movements, and there's a pose. Let's pose the poses. I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
19 moves, one pose. Each move is usually done 9 times. That repetition is what helps us to learn more quickly. And if you're like me, you know, about movement number 8, hey, I got that one right. You know, it just takes getting on to, you know. Does anybody have any questions? Jill?
If you've got 19 moves and you do each one of them 8 times, is that right?
9.
9 times? So generally, how long was the class?
That was what I was going to say. She asked how long does it take. If you just go straight through, if you know how to do it, and you go straight through 30, 40 minutes, depending on how quickly or slowly you do it. You know, we did this beginner class at St. Luke in Tupelo, and it was an hour class. Of course, it's slower if you do what we just finished doing, which is break it down to the components, talk it through, play with it. You know, but if you know, once you kind of get to where you know what the moves are, probably half hour, 40 minutes. Is that what you would say? Yeah.
Is that every day?
Is it every day is the question. Ideally, yes. You know, Justin Stone, the originator, said, do it every day. Said, do it when you feel like it, do it when you don't. Stephen Thompson, who was one of our primary instructors, said, you know, do a few moves every day. Do it while your coffee's making. You know, just while it's brewing. You don't drink coffee. Well, you
I
gotta
don't
take it
drink
out.
anything for coffee.
While it's brewing, you can do
Nothing for
couple
coffee.
moves. How do you do it without coffee?
I have another question.
Yes.
I've heard people comment about, is there such a thing as seated Tai Chi?
Seated Tai Chi, yes. Seated Tai Chi is great. And people with disabilities or anybody can learn a lot about the movements by doing it while seated. We have not taught a seated class yet, but that is a thing. And it's been said that you can do it lying in your bed, you can do it paralyzed in your mind, and still derive benefits from it. There are all these other approaches, water touchy, walking touchy. I don't know about them. Touchy chugs, I don't know. I'm sure they're all valid, and I'm sure they're all offer benefits, but I can't really speak to them.
You want me to show a chair? I know y'all can't see, but just basically, if you're gonna do Tai Chi Chuan seated, if you're gonna do Tai Chi Chuan seated, you're gonna become aware of, instead of the soles of your feet, you're gonna become aware and put your attention in your sits bones, where you sit. And you're going to have your upper body erect, just as when you're standing. When you move forward, like when we just move forward, you know, with our feet, instead of doing that with your feet, although you can put one foot forward while you're seated, but you just move your body forward in the seat as if you were going to rise from your chair. You know, you kind of do this, and when you go back, you kind of sink back. Okay, so you're going like this, and you're going like this. If you go to yoga classes and you do that cat thing where you do this and you do this, you know, it's a similar thing that your body is doing right in the hips. But so, for instance, if you're doing rocking motion in the chair, you will come up, forward a bit, right? And then you will kind of sink back down, right? Because you're stepping back kind of with your in the chair. So that's the kind of modification you get. And if you do this, doing it in a chair really helps inform how you're going to do it standing as well, you know. Because when you're standing, actually you want to have a bit of that same motion going on in this area. So if you're going forward, this part of your body comes forward as you rise up, and as you go down, it's as if you're about to sit down on a stool behind you. That kind of motion that you would make, not exaggerated, not exactly, but sort of tucking under a bit, and then coming forward and kind of tucking back. So if you do that practice in a chair and then stand up to do it, you kind of have this understanding of what this part of your body really ought to be doing. You know, the chair is great. It's great if you can't do it standing. If something has happened, it can help you, but also it's not a bad idea to do it in a chair every now and then, just to kind of help your general practice. It's an interesting process. What I think about it.
Thank you. Did y'all hear that? Any other questions?
Is it better to do it without shoes?
Doesn't matter. The question is, better without shoes? Any shoes you want, any clothes you want.
Depends on what shoes you got.
You know, I've never seen anybody in a tuxedo or high heels. But I wouldn't send them home to change. Yes, ma'am.
Seems to me to be a great exercise in concentration too.
Concentration. Yes. It really does help, help your memory. There are a recent study about mindfulness. You may have heard numerous benefits coming out of that. It's been shown to improve that. But yes, focus, memory, cognition improvement. Yeah. Concentration. In fact, that's one of my biggest struggles.
Can I say this about that too? You know, a lot of times we're encouraged to meditate, you know, and just sit in a chair and be quiet, you know, and kind of, you're not supposed to think about much or anything. And so I've done that, and you know, that's good. And there's centering prayer. If y'all have ever done centering prayer, is another way of meditating. It's wonderful and valid. But one thing that really Tai Chi Chuan does, it's a moving meditation. So if you have trouble, you know, sitting still or getting still, this is a way to get still while your body is moving. So your body does not have to be sitting still in a chair, not doing anything, you know, it's moving. But the movements are so slow and gentle, as if you're moving through heavy air. And you're supposed to move in slow motion as if in a dream. And so you begin to understand, once you kind of come to understand the movements, then you don't have to focus on that so much, and somehow you find yourself in a meditative state. So it kind of takes care of, to me, that issue of having to make myself sit here, you know, in order to accomplish this meditation. I think it's a wonderful way to meditate.
It's almost hypnotic.
It is. It can feel that way, and you can.
You
You know,
recommend no music or?
We do with music,
I
yeah.
know, but what type?
It's kind of, you know, the sound bathing kind of music that's lovely, and kind of just sets a tone, and maybe a flute, maybe some bird song, maybe there's different, you know, if you go on Pandora and you do, you know, yoga or Tai Chi
Nature sound.
radio, or, you know, you can pick up. Martha will find something for you to listen to. But yeah, music is very helpful in setting kind of the atmosphere for Tai Chi Chuan.
Is all of it done standing or seated? That's the two ways.
Yeah, we do standing practices, and but you know, you can do seated, and can you hear that? It's very low.
What's the idea?
So it's just
That's the kind of thing we usually do.
let's see, kind of a very slow pace of the movements.
about the different ages of people who do this?
Different ages, any age. I find that young folks like us tend to be more interested. But, yeah, I don't have any data on that, but it's been my observation. And of course, by the time you get to some of our ages, you've been doing what you've been doing for so long that it's catching up with you. You know, I had, I talked about some of those dramatic benefits that some people have experienced, I have not. You know, the two things people talk about really helping is balance and stress. You know, okay, I have had that. But the only thing that's close to like a healing for me, I had kind of a little something along the right side of my spine, on the back. And one of the forward and back movements, the symmetry, I found that wasn't happening anymore, you know. So I'm right-handed, I'm right-footed. Apparently I've been, you know, favoring the right for decades. So I have to kind of work out that little hitch. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned that, I also have disc problems, and I used to do the Tai Chi with Stephen Thompson, and then there's a lady in Pontotoc that does it too. But I stopped because all that rocking hurt my back so much, so I'm wondering if I was doing it wrong.
She says it was hurting her back. She has disc problems, and was she doing it wrong? I don't know. There's a good chance that it could have been refined to help with that, or accommodated in some way, or that maybe seated Tai Chi would have been helpful. But I know for myself, when I'm doing the forward and back movement, and you had your left foot forward, it hurt my knee if my heel was not at the right angle. So these minor adjustments, listening to your body, making the minor adjustments. Now I didn't have that on the left side.
I think when you're starting out, if you tend to lean forward, you know, and you're not keeping your body erect, you will get lower back pain because you're trying to do something you really need to straighten up, you know, or reach, you know, like what I was doing Indigo, they sometimes reach way, they're trying so hard to do it right, you know, but it's really the effort of no effort is what Justin Stoner said. And so when you go out, my elbows are still bent. You know, I'm not out here, and I'm fairly close to my body going out. But if I feel pain in my lower back, I think, am I stressed out? Am I, you know, pushing or something? Because this is not supposed to involve any pushing. I wanted to say something about the age groups, because there was a Tai Chi teacher who did a TED Talk, and she worked with high school kids, and they had a Tai Chi class at school. And it really helped the kids to concentrate, to focus, to get their work done, and they were part of the TED Talk. And she had about 5 or 6 kids up on stage with her, and they came forward and kind of testified to, you know, the benefits that they had enjoyed with their studying, and the kind of inner presence and peacefulness that they could experience that helped them go through their day. So I think much more needs to be done with younger people. You know, it shouldn't be just old people are trying to keep their balance and not fall down, which is a really good thing at this point for me. But, you know, I think young people could really benefit if, you know,
do classes with young people, that'd be awesome.
You mentioned that they had a bit of beginner's class. Do y'all anticipate one coming up soon, a beginner's class?
We need to. But no, we don't have anything in the works.
You can come and join our class. We've had several people come join us, just join us, you know, and kind of, and we try to just help them along as they go. That's kind of how I got into Tai Chi Chuan. I just came with Morris, you know, and I just kind of picked things up as we went along. It took me probably a year to feel like I understood what I was sort of doing. And, anyway, you're welcome to come on Thursdays at 10 to St. Luke's Methodist Church in Tupelo. Or I teach at First Presbyterian Church in Tupelo at 9 on Tuesdays. And Morris has a list of all the opportunities to do Tai Chi Chuan, but they're all in Tupelo. We could, I don't know if any of y'all are interested in that, or if you could get over to Tupelo, that'd be faster for you to. We had kind of wondered if y'all wanted a class here, maybe we could do one starting in the fall.
That would be good.
I think there's enough interest in that in this work. Yeah, I feel like we all need this, and I don't know about y'all, but that's the first time I had ever experienced that, but I could say, my core is not strong enough. That little, movements that we did, I could tell that my core needs some work. So that's probably the balance.
Yeah, it's not an exercise, but it does strengthen.
It helps the little muscles, you know, like I noticed that my legs were like more toned, you know, after I've been doing Tai Chi Chuan. Nice, you know, to have that, but, yeah, it's not like lifting weights or anything.
I'm gonna leave this on the table up here. Anybody can put your name down if you're interested in maybe developing a class here in New Albany. And, let's thank them for coming. We appreciate that very much. It was very enlightening. Thank you.
If you are interested, it would be very helpful to leave your phone number. We can text, you know, maybe coordinate that way.
So if y'all would like to pass this around or stop by and sign it, I'll leave it right here on this table. And thank you all so much for coming.